Welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate, and as usual we will be discussing the latest developments, and on top of what's going on is the developments in the occupied territories, or the Palestinian occupied territories, and definitely the role Egypt has been playing from different angles, its efforts to help cease fire and to avoid further escalation in the Palestinian territories, in order to avoid any more bloodshed for the Palestinian civilians who are paying the price for the military confrontation between the Israeli forces, and Hamas. Also, Egypt is providing humanitarian assistance despite all obstacles put by the other side, or the Israeli side. Egypt has opened the Rafah crossing from its side to receive Palestinian wounded, and at the same time send food, medical aid, and all what it can do for the Palestinian side, but so far has not been able to deliver the needed aid because of the obstacles put by the Israeli side, or because the inability of Egypt to deliver because of Israel striking the other side of Rafah. That is a huge obstacle to Egypt's efforts so far, and in this context Egypt has made extensive calls and meetings with a number of officials who came here to Egypt, or has already called the president during the past few days. This is our discussion tonight. Before we delve into our discussion, let me first take the top stories of the day. And President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from Russian President Vladimir Putin. The two presidents discussed the latest regional developments and the latest in the escalation in the Gaza Strip. Both leaders also reviewed diplomatic efforts underway to contain the situation and prevent the expansion of the violation and conflict which jeopardizes security and stability in the region. They also agreed on the importance of giving priority to the path of promoting calm and restoring security and stability, while reiterating the need to prioritize the protection of civilians and the prevention of targeting them, noting the gravity of the humanitarian catastrophe in the Gaza Strip. President Sisi and the Russian counterpart also underscored the urgency to provide safe access to the humanitarian relief and assistance. Also, President Sisi during the phone call invited President Putin to the international regional conference the president has called for to be held during this month. And also on Monday, President Sisi received a phone call from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, where they discussed the current situation in the region, the latest developments of the ongoing military escalation in the Gaza Strip. They also tackled the efforts that Egypt is making both on the political track to contain the crisis and prevent its expansion, and to diffuse violence on the humanitarian track to facilitate the delivery of humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip and to people who are waiting for aid in light of the very deteriorating situation or humanitarian situation in the enclave. And President Sisi also on Monday met with the chairman of the Suez Canal Authority, Lieutenant General Osama Rabia. The spokesman of the presidency, Councillor Ahmed Fahmy, said that the president reviewed the statement of navigation traffic in the Suez Canal for the fiscal year 2022-2023, which showed an increase in the number of vessels passing through the canal by 17.6% compared to the previous fiscal year, reaching about 26,000 vessels. It also showed an increase in the canal's total revenues by 34.7%, rising to $9.4 billion in the last fiscal year from $7 billion in the previous fiscal year. Total revenue are expected to reach $10.3 billion by the end of this year. The meeting also reviewed projects for developing the southern sector of the Suez Canal's navigational channel, in addition of the authorities' efforts to modernize its naval fleet, including tugboats and drilling rigs that play an essential role in securing the navigational route and assisting vessels crossing the canal. Faiez Sisi gave directives to continue intensive work to implement the authorities' project and to raise the efficiency of its infrastructure.